Hi guys, welcome to Fans View TV. My name is Ahmed, and joining me are my two Real Madrid fans, Abdulmutalib and Samuel. The Champions League semi-final is over, and Real Madrid are through to the Champions League final. They won the game today 2-1. Goals scored by Joselu, super sub. 2 goals in 3 minutes, right? 2 goals in 3 minutes. Joselu. So, guys, you guys, Real Madrid are going for the Champions League number 15, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Champions League number 15. So, what do you guys have to say? When you guys were 1 goal down, how did you guys feel?
Honestly, just like every other competition that we've been 1 goal behind at these latter stages of the game, I was a bit seeing the way our chances were being limited and the way we were unlocking with the shots that Manuel was saving, especially when we came back second half. I was like, no, this is going to be another repeat of PSG Dortmund yesterday. But immediately Thomas Tuchel started making those subs that he wanted to kill off the game.
Yes, that was
problem. You were removing your best players on the pitch that were giving us problems just because you wanted to kill off a game. 6 minutes to go against Real Madrid. Is it that these coaches don't learn?
Where I watched this game, I was telling John, I said, removing Musiala was not my problem, but taking off Harry Kane was my problem. I said, yes, Harry Kane is not fast. We agree. Harry Kane is not fast. But his hold-up play is something you cannot take away from him. Harry Kane is physically strong. So why are you taking him off? He's someone you can send the ball forward to. You hold up play, bring others into play. But it's Tuchel. He made his mistake.
These people will not learn. What does Very Dark Man used to say? Say, don't play. If you play, you learn, and you learn the hard way. This is just a typical example. It is in our DNA. I don't know. After the post-match, did you see the jerseys our players were wearing?
Yeah, 15. That one, I think that thing is a tradition. Anytime you guys qualify to the final, you wear the next number.
Exactly. So, coming into this match, like I said, I was on today earlier on at the apartment. What was I telling you? I was telling you, see you at Wembley. You were backing me and grumbling like it cannot happen. Has it not happened?
No, I didn't.
Are you not entertained?
I didn't back you or grumble. Don't lie.
Are you not entertained?
Don't lie on this show, please.
So
I'm going to tell you. Let's hear from you. How happy are you?
I'm very, very excited. Like I was telling you before you started recording, like my hands were sour. My hands started, this kind of thing that because I clapped like my hands are going to go off. Like at the beginning of the game, I was watching with my younger brother and he was like, are we going to, because of the chances, we had all the chances and Vinicius' goal was going off the bar, off the post, and all those things. So I told him that, okay, no, if you look at the game, I think what helped us throughout, especially in the second half, I was shouting, I was screaming on top of my voice that we needed Joselu and Brahim Diaz in that second half, especially from the 60th minute. Yeah. And what's my reason? My reason was that if you look at Vinicius played with Kimmich. He was just throwing Kimmich around. So he would take the ball, beat Kimmich, and whoever defender is in front of him, he will bring the ball in and nobody to finish off the ball. He will pass the ball in the middle of the post, the middle of the 18-yard box, nobody to finish off. But Bellingham is not there. I'm not kind of accusing Bellingham, but because Bellingham was doing other things on the field too. So we needed that number 9. We needed that presence of a number 9 at that middle. And if you look at the goals that Joselu scored, were goals like quick fire goals that a number 9 would score. That was what we were lacking in that game. I've always told you that there are, when some people are saying one of my friends was saying, okay, that we are going to defend. Madrid is going to defend just like they did against Man City. I told him no. I said every game has its own kind of approach.
Yeah, the approach.
And we are not going to defend. We are not going to defend against Bayern because Bayern is not that kind of position, style position playing team or something that we need to defend against them. And their threat is not. And again, maybe some of you guys, maybe you will not notice, but one of the biggest threats that we had, apart from Hurricane, was Gnabry. So immediately Gnabry was taken off in that second half. The first 35 minutes, Gnabry was the person threatening us. So immediately he got injured.
Yeah,
He went out. I was like, no, like a little bit of the threat has been reduced. So immediately we started playing. I just said, okay, let's see how the second half is going to be. We came back the second half, and just like Bola said, I was, immediately they scored that goal. I was kind of, I was not fully giving in that we're going to lose the game, but looking at how, just like you said, PSG Dortmund played out, looking at how Man City and Madrid even played out. So I was praying that, okay, let this kind of thing not happen to us this time around. That, okay, we'll be the better team and then we'll end up losing the game and all those things. But immediately he made those changes. Immediately he removed Hurricane, removed Musiala. I just said, this guy has effed up because, like, this is where you cannot defend against Madrid in this kind of time. 6 minutes to go with like 9 minutes extra. Because if you look at the delay tactics that they had, you know that we're going to have another extra, at least 8 minutes extra time. So you cannot just do. And the first thing that came to my mind was, okay, what if Madrid equalized? Who is now going to win the game for him?
Yeah.
Is it Choupo-Moting?
Exactly. Why remove Hurricane and put Choupo-Moting? I didn't get that stuff. I didn't get that stuff.
So I was like, what if we equalize? Okay, let's even imagine that goal that Muller scored, that people were saying robbed, that Kim Min-jae or somebody was offside, that people were saying robbed, that 9-minute goal, that people were saying robbed or something. What if, let's even assume that the referee gave that goal and it's 2-2, going into extra time. Who is going to win the game for him? And if you look at Madrid, maybe if you track back to 2012 against Atletico Madrid. Sorry, 2014 or so against Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, in the final, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, 2014 final.
So immediately we equalized. Everybody knew that it was game over for Atletico Madrid because of the energy that Madrid. So immediately I saw that equalizing goal, I knew that we were just going to win. I told my younger, I said, we are winning this game because those guys cannot keep up. Because the extra momentum that comes into Madrid after equalizing in that kind of time. Look at Man City. Remember the game we played with Man City? Immediately, Rodrigo came in and scored that goal. In the next 2 or 3 minutes, we had another goal from Rodrigo again. So we have this kind of this kind of mentality that immediately we get the equalizing goal in that kind of time. I'm telling you, you are done. Whoever you are done. That's just the truth. And looking at the substitutes and other things again, no. It was a no for him. Seriously,
Ahmed,
it was.
Yeah. Ahmed. Going. Looking at these games, the first leg and the second leg, I would say you can't take it away from Thomas Tuchel. He did an absolute fantastic job setting up.
And again, if you look at it, sorry for cutting you. Thomas Tuchel has a good record against Real Madrid compared to
he knows how to play
Real Madrid.
He knows how he play, and he knows how to use it against us. So if you look at our first leg and second leg, first leg we probably got away with 2 goals just as a result of that little point of individual brilliance. But even still at the first leg, we were still lacking a focal point in that 18. We were always expecting Vinicius and Rodrigo to make those runs and cut in. But who are they cutting in for? Because Bellingham was also tracking back to make sure he was supporting in his defensive roles too. So those end runs, if you see the goal Vinicius scored where he drew Kim out of 18, it was from the middle.
On the middle, yes.
Tuchel's team is always vulnerable through that middle spot. So going into this game, we still went with the same formation, the same tactics. And Bayern Munich were now playing like Real Madrid, because I noticed once we play teams that have individual quality, like if you look at their players, they have individual quality and brilliance, and they sit back against us and go for counter, it always hurts our game. And that was what Tuchel understood, and he was doing it to perfection till he made those substitutions. So
And
you can't
I
take it away
think
from
one of those things, I think one of those things that I was expecting you mention is the fact that in the first leg we had we were not having Carvajal in the first leg, and if you look at that right side, that side, that Carvajal side, even though Vasquez tried his best and he gave a penalty, you know, and all those things. So, but today, if you look at the game, it was very, very different from the first leg. It was very, very different, given that the
going
natural
forward
player has taken back his position. Yeah, the natural player has taken back his position. And then in that first leg again, I don't know, maybe it was because of the absence of Carvajal, we were not using the right side properly, especially in attack. In fact, throughout the second half in the first leg, we didn't use the right side. But if you look at the game, today's game, like the balls were coming in, you know, were coming in. And again, sorry, there's this thing that one of the mistakes I think Ancelotti made, I don't know, maybe some people will see it as this thing, was removing Cruz. Like I didn't expect him to remove Cruz, because immediately Cruz came out, we lacked kind of, should I say, a precision in that midfield. It was, I don't know, maybe you noticed that it was even Rudiger that started throwing in long pass to Vinicius.
What I felt that
I was
substitution was
expecting to remove Bellingham and Rodrigo. That was what I was expecting. Bellingham, Rodrigo. That was
I feel why he moved Cruz was he needed midfielders that could drive the ball. You understand?
But
we're switching play for 70 minutes and it wasn't working.
Yes,
so he needed midfielders that could drive the ball through that middle.
Yeah, since the middle is.
But it's always what is a normal thing now this season for Ancelotti. He'll start with Modric or start with Cruz. Second half, he puts in Modric.
You know the only thing missing from this match?
What?
Vinicius didn't score.
Yes.
Vinicius
but he's not the man of the match or
player. Vinicius, I was asking myself, I said, is this Kimmich? Every time Vinicius was acting for the ball.
This is one of Vinicius' best performance.
Every time he was collecting the ball, he was facing Kimmich head on. There was a time they were even double marking, I think, Kimmich and Leroy Sané, and he was still driving in.
You know,
every time he went forward, it was a successful dribble. Just that there was nobody to finish it off.
My younger brother was like, what did Vinicius take today that he's taking on these defenders? Like, he was confident. You see three people in front of you, you take the ball to them. You take the ball to them. He was confident.
I'm sure they'll I'm sure they are going to give him a surprise drug test after this match. I won't be surprised.
They seriously need to, because he did well. Yes, he did well.
Okay, now that you guys are going to Wembley and you know who you are facing in the final, Borussia Dortmund. What's going to happen now? Because I don't see Dortmund beating you guys.
Champions League. It's going to be. I would always say it's a game of very small margins. So anything can happen. It's not over 2 legs now where you can make up for your mistakes. But Dortmund to have reached this point, and looking back at the teams they removed over 2 legs. Atletico Madrid is not a small team, and PSG is not a small team. So you can't call it luck. They're actually doing something right.
Oh, but second leg, you can say it's luck, because for a team to hit the bar 5 times, come on.
They were also hitting the bar.
How many times?
In the first leg.
No, how many times?
The PSG was also hitting crossbars first leg.
You know that in the first leg, PSG hit the bar twice in the space of like 2 minutes.
That's what I'm saying now. You cannot call it luck in the first leg and luck in the second leg. The reason why they were hitting the bar is because
on Dortmund's time. They were lucky.
Dortmund, you had 90 minutes, Ahmed, to put the ball in the nets over 2 legs, and you could not get 1 goal. That tells me only one thing. The opposition side did a very good job containing your attacking threats. Because yes, there's no excuse whether you hit the ball 100 times over 2 legs. You cannot just tell me that it was out of pure luck. You didn't score a goal. If you are saying you didn't win, it's another thing. But there was no goal.
Yes, there was no goal.
2 legs over 90 minutes.
They won. You
can't say out of luck. Look at the match against Atletico Madrid. They had to come from behind too. Was that also luck? So there's something this Dortmund side is doing very right. I watched their games over the 2 legs, and I think I watched a couple of their Bundesliga matches. There is this belief they have that they play as a team. I don't know if you watched the second leg, and you could see how Karim Adeyemi was tracking back to the fullest just to make sure they contained Dembele and Mbappe. Exactly. So there's this team belief between this Dortmund side that they can play anybody. They have a point to prove. If you look at the team squad is a team of young boys that want to prove a point. Yes. So coming into this match against Madrid, they would want to prove a point also. So you cannot underlook them and just underrate them. Because
no, I'm not underrating them. I'm just looking at history. Yeah. And I'm looking at the status of both clubs. Everybody that is facing Real Madrid, if you are facing Real Madrid from quarterfinal to semi-final, half final, you have to be scared. This is a team that has won the Champions League 14 times. 14. Come on, you need to be scared. You need to be scared. Yeah, I know that it's a final. Anything can happen. You could Dortmund can score one and decide to close their post or form a low block and all those things like that. But come on, we're talking about Real Madrid here. Real Madrid in a final is a team you should be scared of. So it's just my prediction. I feel Real Madrid is beating Dortmund that day. Yeah, the goal margin might not be wide. It might end up 1-0, 2-1, but in my opinion, Real Madrid is taking the day.
Yes, we're winning them. I don't know. Have you seen my Champions League bracket? I think I told you about this thing the last time. I told you about this. I made that bracket from the quarterfinals, and everything is going just like the way I predicted. Yeah. So it's now the finals. Madrid versus Dortmund in the finals. I will share it to you after this thing. You'll see it. I even posted it on my status. Right. So just like this thing, it's going to be an intensive finals, definitely. And just like you're going to see, you said Madrid is going to win in the end. I have no doubt, but it's going to be an intensive final. And one thing that I'm very sure of is that, always Madrid, we tend to suffer. I've always said this, even if we are playing the bottom team in La Liga, we suffer before we win. So that's what, I don't know, Boala, I don't know if we've had any game this season that we comfortably won, finish off that game without suffering or something. Even if it's 3-0 or so, even this game, we had some moment of, this thing now, threat from the opposition and all that. So most times we tend to suffer before we win games. So just like you said, maybe 2-1, 1-0. That kind of margin.
Yeah,
are you there?
Go on, we can hear you. Go on.
Okay. So I said we are going to win by God's grace, and the margin is not going to be that much. The last time I predicted 3-1, and it's but this time around, so most probably I might go with you, maybe 1-0, 2-1, or something like that.
But I'm going for a 3-1.
3-1 win.
3-1. Now, still a comfortable score.
I'm going for a 2-1.
2-1.
All right, bro. Thank you very much for joining me. Congratulations, guys. I'll see you guys at Wembley.
Thank you.
Buy ticket to go Wembley.
We will be there.
All right, I know. Good night, guys.
All right. Thank you.